Hi everyone, this is Tom Grisak. It's Wednesday, June 16th, 2021, and hope you all are doing well. This is our weekly update, but it is going to be different from the other updates I've done in the past, and I'll explain why in a second. I have two special visitors tonight. You can see Oliver up on the chair. He's usually with me, although you can't see him. He was due to be put down after about 6 months in the shelter, and we got an emergency call and went over and picked him up. So he's got a great home now. And Augie's a special guest down there underneath the table. He doesn't come down here at night very often unless he knows he's going to get a treat. So he was also a rescue, great dog, and obviously we love our dogs. Anyway, I want to start off with talking about why I'm doing this differently. We usually have a report that goes out that talks about the sales we had last week, the new listings. I didn't even have enough material to put together one this week. So that kind of is a state of the market for us. And it's not because, the reason is we've almost sold out of all of our product. Product by I mean homes. We just don't. We usually go into the June and July with 10 or 15 homes to sell, but we've sold almost our complete inventory. And I'll show you what we've actually have under contract right now. We've sold we're at about 67 million, I believe, sold and in title. Here is all available. We have 1, 2, 3, 3 homes, 2 lots, and then this is a land play right here. So that's as skinny as you'll ever see it. Even through December and January, we're not that slow. So that is just indicative of what we're seeing. Probably a lot of agents are seeing. This is a time where you really want to have listings, and we're scrambling to get those listings. We're trying to convince people these are historic times. They may never see a time like this to sell their homes again. It's crazy. And I'm not going to go into all the crazy stories I've heard, because you've probably heard those too. So I want to spend a little bit of this time to talk about my production. I don't talk about my production on these a lot. There's a risk that people think, well, he's just bragging. People don't like braggers. But at the same time, when I first got in the business, started having some success, I asked one of my mentors back then, how do you get it across to people what you're doing without people thinking you're bragging? He said, I never forgot this. This was 30 years ago when I was commercial. He said, Tom, if people don't know how good you are and they can't find you, you could be the best agent in the world and no one knows. I promise you, your competition will never tell people how good you are. It's up to you to get the word out there. So at the risk of sounding like it's bragging, and I know there are probably people get sick and tired of hearing it, but that's just one of the things I've got to continue to do, because we do have such an incredible team, and the production that we have is just amazing. And I consider myself the team leader, so I've got to be out there pushing this narrative of what we've done. Anyway, this is a report I ran on the MLS. Right now, I'm at about 57 million closed in Fairview, Lucas, and Lovejoy. I don't work deals outside of Fairview, Lucas, and Lovejoy, except Parker. I'll make an exception for Parker. But most of my inventory is in this area. And by the way, I always bring one of our agents in to work those with me. And the reason is I cannot handle the type of, we are very proactive in what we do as far as marketing our homes. And I physically can't stay on top of everything. We're not a typical agency that puts a sign up in the yard and waits for a buyer to come in. We have a million things we have to do to get a property set up and ready for the MLS. Then we have to keep our clients updated, and then we have to work through the negotiations. Then we have to stay on it all the way through till closing. So there are agents out there, I'm sure, that can do it on their own. I can't. I need the help, and I've got some pros that that I trust completely with my listings. Our agents are as good as they come. And I would never have any doubt of any of them handling, listing, and selling my home for me. So that's the ultimate compliment I can give them. But if you look at this, I'm at like 58 million. That's 8.5% of the entire sold listing markets. That's a huge number for any one area of the MLS, 8.5%. You can see in second place is Kevin Kernan. That's a different story there. Those are basically, if you look at his sale prices, those are average about 424. Most of those, if not all of those, are in Heritage Ranch. Totally different market. We don't market to Heritage Ranch. We don't sell those homes there. So he's kind of got that captured, and that's great. That's his market. But if you look at mine, you can see my homes average about 1.2 million out of that 57 million that I've sold. And then as you go down, you can look at all the other agents that are on here. A lot of these are Keller Williams agents. A lot of very good agents on here. I'm biased. I feel like we've got the best marketing package and the best team and the best everything. And I'm sure they feel the same way about it. But that's our production. That's my production. And that doesn't account anything we've got outside of Fairview Lucas Parker. Office production, this is a big deal. I think if you want select a realtor with a strong company, Keller Williams Allen office has more market share than the next 5 real estate companies combined. It may not be exact, but it's close to the next 5 combined. And the green is the listed and the yellow's sold. So that's a pretty healthy mix right there between listed and sold. If you go on down to 5 or 6 to, like say, look at the Ebby or Homes USA, or you look at the others, they're heavy on the listed side, but they're not selling. So we have a really good mix between listed and sold. Okay, this is one of the things that I started, actually, because I designed the website. It got so bad that I had really 1 or 2 properties to show people that weren't under contract. So I created another area on our site that's called All Available Listings. And up until about 2 or 3 days ago, we only had 4 properties that were available that weren't under contract. And 3 of those were really lots and land plays. So luckily we've picked up some listings since then, and we've got more to share with you. But I'm going to share this home with you here, 235 Winding Creek. This is we just got that listing signed today. Then 202 Green, that will be ready for showings this weekend, I believe. And then Stacy, which I'm going to talk about again in a second. But let's take a look at 235 Winding Creek first. If you like a light, bright, open, kind of a transitional, clean lines, lots of windows, very uncluttered, you're going to love this home. This home was designed with the ability for all these rooms to look out to the back, totally private in back. And that little putting green there, by the way, that's outside of a walkout basement, which is cool. And I'll show you something they did with the walkout basement. But you can see it's got a real nice look. And I took these with my picture. These aren't, obviously you can tell these aren't professional photography. This is a fabulous, gorgeous home. And once you get the pictures and they're done professionally, you'll see what I'm talking about. I just wanted to get these out there because there's so many people looking for homes right now. I didn't want them making a decision before they could see this. But Sean and I are working this listing together, and he and I both, we just love this home. By the way, here's the garage, and then there's the basement. They have a little hockey thing set up. That was a family of boys there, and you can probably imagine they had a lot of fun in that home. I'm sure they got a lot of great memories. Okay, and then I'm going to show you one more time. This is the mystery to me, Stacy Road. We cannot figure out why this home isn't under contract yet. This home has it all. People want trees. They love water. They love fountains. They love gates. and they want something that's nicely updated. This home has it all. Let me show you the outside pictures first. That's not the home. That's a great guest house they have behind the home, and that's where the kids hung out. I'm sure they got some great memories there too. But shuffleboard, a pool. They've got a bedroom, bathroom in there. There's the outdoor kitchen. I took so many beautiful shots of this home. I didn't know which ones to put on because every time you turn, there was another gorgeous shot. So I just put them all on there. And then I mixed those with the professionals' pictures. So you can see how private it is from the air. Nothing around it. You have to go through 2 gates to get to it. One of them is on Stacy Road, and then you have to go through another gate, which is, you can see that there in the distance, to get to the property. So if you want privacy, you want seclusion, this is it. And unbelievably, it's only maybe 3 minutes from 3 million square feet of shopping at 75 and Central, but you'd never know it. So I think this might be the next one that goes under contract. I'm hoping so because it's such a great home and it's literally irreplaceable. So we'll go to the inside pictures here. This home feels like a home to me, not a house. Sometimes I walk into these, we sell a lot of beautiful homes, but they don't have that warmth to them. And this one has that warmth. It feels like a family home. So I think this will end up to rather than executive, a family will end up buying this. It is in Lovejoy, and if you know, Lovejoy is one of the top 3 school districts in all of Texas, year in and year out. It's right there with Highland Park and Carroll. Just a great home. That other home, by the way, I showed you, that's also in Lovejoy. That's the picture of the guest house. So great home. We'd love to show that to you, either one of these homes. And then, of course, we've got the last one, which we still don't have the interior pictures of green yet. But this one we listed last week, I think. They've just moved out of the home. And this is, right in there, you think $1 million. That used to be a ton of money for a home. $1 million is now kind of the norm for Fairview and Lucas. So this may be one of the next homes to go to. It's hard to say. So there you go. Hope you got something out of this weekly report. Again, please call us if we can help in any way. And if you're thinking about selling, this is the time to do it. Thank you.